Tansei, good evening. How are you? I'm Elder Medicine Bear Claw. Bear with me a minute, please. Um, trying to. Sorry, I didn't go on earlier. Like I said, when certain people go live, I don't want to be on a live. I prefer to wait a little bit and other people, respect in case they are live. So again, um, we are going to talk about Ci'Tanya's, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Sabies, and we'll wait for a few people to come on. So let's see how it goes. I know many people are having snow and some are having heavy winds with rain, but that's okay because this is how the Creator and Mother Earth work together. So let's see who pops in. I sent a message to my auntie. She was watching a friend's live, and she was telling me certain things, and I totally agree on that too. I need to move this up. There we go. So here it's kind of cold, and but it's okay. My bones do ache a little bit, but we all know that sometimes as we get older, this is what it is. So again, we do enjoy, right? And how is everyone this morning or this afternoon? I hope all is well. And put a bit of music on. It's been a morning. Now, to get back to about Satangas. Satangas run with Mother Earth. They are the guardian angels for her. They protect the creatures of all. Somebody asked me, why do Satangas shift shape? Now, are you sure it's a Satang? Because from the stories that I've been told by many elders, and even from my own investigation, I didn't see no shift shapers. In the stories I was told, it wasn't a Satanga. It was one of the brothers that protect the tribal and his family. So those who reach out to others or Google, you're not going to get all the information. But if you are investigating what's out there, then you will understand little by little. Tansei, hi for coming in. Thank you. Oh, 32. I know you guys will be getting a heavier snow this year. So we Auntie and I were just watching Richie and Mojo's live, and I was gonna go live, but then I had seen that he was live, and I said, okay, then I'll jump on over there and get my sight. But I really didn't do much. I just felt what I could see. But there's a lot of activity. You got to remember too when you're walking in the field. Oh, my auntie, she's using the mic to communicate with me, and I said some of your words not making sense. It goes from Creed to Blackfoot, and I put it. Had to ask her, "What is this? Did you spelling? Are you trying to say this?" And she just told me, "I." So anyway, yes, much activity at Mr. Ritchie and Wojo's area, and though if those who follow him, you guys really need to subscribe and hit the like button and watch them. They're really good. Sorry, I was up at 2 a.m. and didn't want to get out of bed. My husband says, "Get up." I go, "My bones hurt," because I know. So, but again, when wind is going hard through the trees and stuff, you have to remember that's when they move. They will move. I seen you send something, but I haven't opened it. I had too many messages, and let's see. Okay. Goodness. If you care to join. Okay. I know that many people are asking me so much, and half the time they get confused on many things. So, tanse oki oshite kunime ayente shite Sparky. Do you have snow there yet in Idaho? Auntie and other family council members had asked me if I wanted to join them in Idaho. But I don't know. I don't want to go when it's really snowing a lot. And I might, I just don't know yet. Because they said they haven't made up their mind what days they wanted to go. So we shall see. We got 2 snows, 1 light, and 1 melted. So I'm gonna do comment. Oh, okay. You want to join in for a little bit? I'm not going to be on long. You want to join? Sparky, you got time on your hands? Or you're doing multiple things? And I do know. I'm just like answering some. Hold on a second. I think she's saying something. Okay. She's asking me. I don't mind sharing this. She doesn't either. She was thinking about renting out Mama Rainfeather's house that's up by Edmond, Canada. And she wants my opinion. Darn it. Oh, goodness. She wants me to multiple things right now, but just me seeing if I can jump on her. Okay. Well, I don't want to overload you. I I have to disagree on some of the people that email me because they said, doesn't it can ship? Ship. Yes. Can a wingalo? Yes, because once again, he gave his life to take care of his tribal, his family. So then they were saying, well, you know, how can we know about, the Satangas? Do we know the Satangas can shift shape? Can anyone answer that question for me? Because I have mentioned it many times, and let's see if you all know. So, if you can answer that question, I can tell you if you're right or wrong. Because many times people have been saying, well, I've seen it. I knew I forgot to take my medicine. I'm a bad girl. It is difficult at times if you're there 24/7 watching what they do, then you tell me if they can shift. So, I really want people to understand the many things how they do in life. We are different from other people, other humans. Our lifestyles is not the same as you and mine. Mine is completely different. Um, yes, I deal with a lot of tribals and council because that's my life. Like my husband says, sometimes it's difficult for him to understand, but he accepts my culture. So, sorry. Big pills will go down too hard. And I truly want to help other people, humans, to understand. Um, let's welcome my son's birthday. Howdy.
Hey, Mama, how's it going today?
Good. Bones kind of ache.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
I ain't
All of us that done
got
stuff
no
in our life,
snow
it's like,
or hard
ow.
rain here. It's just, yeah. I have company, so uh, my I will be going in and out.
I noticed that on one of your posts on Richie. It said me and Auntie. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
But
was that was a good video,
Auntie's
though.
not here. She's
Oh,
at
she's
home
not
in
there.
Canada. I'm talking. No, I'm talking about Masatanga. I have
Oh,
a,
gotcha.
and my husband has to come. He has to come around, and then they see him, and the little one is standing as tall as a car, and my husband says, "I do not see you. I'm going." He gets in the car, and there's you see the little one because I opened the door when I was um, helping Richie out, and he's just standing there observing. 1 second.
Yeah, he doesn't care for them. Hey, CP, and of course Robin.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, it has this morning when he got up at 6, he went out there to make sure the garbage were. We had no garbage in the house. It's garbage day, so he's like, the little one ran right by him. He goes, "Oh my God, you're here!" The little one scared him. He doesn't like that. So he's like, uh, "You guys stay over there. I'll unlock it." So he goes around the car on the right side instead of going straight this way. He comes on the right side and leans over the PT to unlock. So he moved my car back and moved the PT. He went through the passenger side.
Really?
A little chunk of man you see trying to climb over the console, just get in the drive. Then she scared him, and um,
I know he's not scared of him. He just kind of like, yeah.
he's not scared. He's not uncomfortable. He's just that's true. He is. I mean, I
But
won't
they
say
like him. That's a funny thing is he's not scared. He's not
right.
like,
They
but he's like,
do.
I don't want to deal with you, you know. And they really like
He
him.
he he's like when he came in, he says, "You're sleeping in." I said, "Yeah, I had a Zoom meeting at 2 in the morning, and it was done by 3, and then I was just got back in bed and laid next to you." And he goes, "Well, I thought you heard me get up, and you were gonna get up and have some tea or something." I said, "My bones hurt," because he came back in the room. He goes, "They're here." I go, "Who's here?" He goes, "The Sonora client."
Well, they're probably
I
there
said,
because
"That's
they know your bones hurt.
They do know me very well. All my clans do, but I notice they come in different timing. Now, twice the Sonora has come because I have been up there last weekend and then now this weekend or this past week for my husband's birthday because he was at the casino and I went to take a little hike and I said, I don't have goodies really, just, I mean, I have a little, but not enough to share with the whole clan. And they all take bites and it passes it on. But I didn't think they were going to come. And he's like, I don't know which one, but it scared me. And I just seen a little glowing about this high. I go, oh, to the top of the car. That's one of her daughters. And she was not happy because she went, I want to play. And he says, I hear something, but I don't. He said it sounded like a high frequency.
Yeah,
And I
like a
said,
high
yes.
echoey frequency thingy.
Yeah. And I said, yes, that is very true. And he's like, why do you get so excited when I tell you about it? I said, because I love that they're mine. And I wanted you to, I'm trying to share them with you and stuff. And he's like, um, I don't mind going, honey, but they kind of freak me out a little. Even they're nice, but I'm not a tanga. They call him Buffalo. So, because he's like, how buffaloes' heads are really out with
Yep.
their horn. And his neck is out like that when he runs. His body goes, but the head goes with the body first. So,
That's funny.
and Orba was here, but I think she's back in Michigan, and she's going to be giving birth probably in about 5 months.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I said I'm going to be an auntie.
Again.
She has, yes, she's got multiple. So um, someone had asked me, do they live close to 100 or 500? They can live up to 900 years old.
Oh wow.
And then if they are healthy and they don't find traps or because if they get into like a bear trap, a, a lot of people put them out there, then that's a wound. That's they have right away. If he can't find medicine to make to do the wound, it gets very difficult later in life, and then they'll age faster. But if they're able to get to the medicine, make it, and wrap it,
Kind of like
they'll
all of us
continue
is
to live
like,
a little longer.
if you have a hard life and you beat up your body, you know, when you get older, it gets harder. So that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, it does. Um,
So you were asking a question about if
I was
Satongas
watching your
can
video.
shapeshift.
Hmm. And I said, what is your opinion? What are the people's opinion? Do you know, do they shapeshift?
I I don't have a definite yes or no, but my opinion is most of them do not. I think they can meld into trees. I think they can put images in your mind. There are few
Yes.
that we would call the medicine people or the medicine ones that can somewhat do that, but I don't think they need to do that most of the time. So I don't think that's a thing that they actually do. Am I wrong?
Um, Not really. I'm trying to see if I could see, because
I
I
know
got
it.
to be careful what I say.
Exactly. I was like, you asked the question. I was like, you're gonna get in trouble if you go too far in this.
I know because I already got when I had mentioned it in the Zoom meeting that I had, because I was telling them some of the emails and they have gotten some, and they said, hey, one of a relative was saying that a human told them they Bigfoots, Satangas, Shabi can shift shape. And we all had disagreement, but we came to one. No, but they can cloak into trees. They can give images in your mind and make you confused. So the person that asked the relative and the relative gave the information was wrong, because if he told that and he knows his culture, he would not be saying information like this.
Exactly.
One, you have to get permission from your elders and councilmen,
I would
because
say
your
if somebody
elders are the
said,
one that
I'm sorry, go ahead.
our elders are the ones that give us the stories,
Hmm.
and it carries on to, like, now me, and I tell to my family and to the other community that pays attention. But when we have outsiders, then and they happen to be relatives and giving wrong information, that's mislead.
Hmm. I agree.
So, and that's how other humans or people or person spreads untruthful.
And I think that's the problem. A lot of what we have is people see things they don't understand. They
Right.
put up videos that they don't understand. If you see something that could or look like a Satanga and it changes shape, to me, number one, that would go to the W dude we don't like to talk about and the it, because those are the ones that will do a lot of different things. They can shapeshift a lot of different ways, in my opinion, uh, to put you off, to scare you, to lure you, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's probably a problem is a lot of people are just not educated in enough like you are when they see something to break it all down to kind of go, that's not that. It's probably something
Correct.
else.
And like I said, the it and the windows, they can shift shape. So I can't say that. And a lot of time, they cannot shift shape into a Bigfoot or a Satan. No. They can do dogs, wolves, cats.
I have
They'll
an
try to
opinion
do
they do dog man.
goats and sheep.
I have opinion they can try to do dog man. I believe also the little
They
people,
can
they folk
try,
can do that
yes.
too. Somebody asked me not too long ago if they will actually take or put in your mind that you saw Bigfoot, and I said no. I would like your
No.
opinion on this because Satangas are held in so high regard, no one in that realm of what we're talking about will take that shape because that's a sacred being. You can't do that.
Correct. There is a lot of people in this world have tried to make Bigfoots. And yes, government has done many things. But again, these are guardian angels of Mother Earth. You know, they're here for a reason to protect all creatures, even they have to eat one once in 6 months because they mainly eat berries and bark and nuts and, you know, fish. But it is very difficult for them.
Like pine cone nuts, a lot of people don't think about that. That's high in fat, and they eat a lot of those. Different barks actually have a lot of nutrients. They eat a lot of those. They do eat deer. They do other stuff, but they are protectors of
Councilman,
the wilderness.
Councilman
Don't say his name.
have,
Don't do it.
I'm not going to say it, I will more. Councilman says, repeat your question.
About the Sadangas? Or no, about when I told the person about
Lord.
the question that was given to me, if nature spirits, Fae, it, or the W dude, if they will take on the shape of a Satanga. As in full blown, like I saw a Bigfoot, and I said no because those are sacred beings, and even the spiritual realm phase, it the W guy, they don't want to mess with those guys, so they actually do not ever do that. Is that what he meant?
Council says, you're right. They cannot. But he says that many people get confused and Google internet why they go there are many sites. Okay, I understand what you're saying. So when they the humans go to Google, it goes to one site to another site to another site, and they never get exactly because you're never going to find it. Now, science, he says, scientists find many things, even build a big. Um, they make stuff Bigfoots. So
And that's the
it
biggest
is
part I
very
think somebody like you has a problem with is you have knowledge, your tribes have knowledge, the elders have knowledge, people like Google. The problem people understand, if you search Google, it shows you the most popular answer or search for that. It doesn't give you the right one. You know, you can
correct.
prove that in any construction thing. Is like you look up on construction how to do something, it's going to tell you the worst way to do it possibly 90% of the time. So like when they're looking at Bigfoot and they come to you and then they're like, well, Google says no. And you're like, well, Google is just a search engine of what other people searched and what they found, and they gave you the same thing, not
Well,
hundreds of years of documented dealings with Satangas.
they, yeah, they have come back to me and said, "Well, you lied to us," and I'm like, "How did I lie?" Well, Google says that Bigfoots can shift shape or they can. I'm like, no, then you're not reading properly because that is man-made. Said again, we can go back 1400s communicating with the Satanga or the Yeti. So, I mean, I can say
Yes.
that. I can go into a little deeper, but I'm not going to give
Don't get in trouble.
everything out because
And
I don't,
that's the
yeah,
point. You
want
have
to get in trouble.
you guys have
And two, I try. know. I kind of scope on a couple people. You know, they do investigations is awesome when you do them. I do know a lot of relatives and non-relatives go out and explore, and they really don't have videos up. They do have a lot of videos, pictures, and videos of them camping out there, just as well as I have with them when we were doing some investigations. But we don't share them with humans because then they're like, oh, you guys are just sitting around the fire. No, we're listening, we're communicating. Like Mama Rainfeather used to say, "Ene okwane este kawai ayuka." See if you can stand out there, pure darkness. Are you going to be scared? There's no one with you, but are you going to be scared? So, and that's the thing people don't understand. Now,
I think it's a generational thing
other groups, yeah,
because
this is
to
how
me,
we learn to investigate.
everybody looks for Google now. Everybody, like, I have talked to people, like friends and family about my experiences when I was younger up to, when I moved to Idaho. And they're like, well, where's the photos? Where's the video? And it's like, okay, number one, the video cameras back then were like that big and they were like 30 pounds. You ain't going to carry one of those in the woods. And the cameras were like a golden thing. They were expensive. You had them, if you did take one out, you had them wrapped up in your pack. They weren't accessible. We didn't have them hanging off our necks. Today's age don't understand the history of woodsmen and native tribes going out and dealing with this stuff, that they didn't have to have records. They just wrote it down. They told their family, they told their tribe, they told everybody else, and that went down through verbal communication.
And that's called ledgers. It's documented in our historic museum, and every museum from different tribals. Everyone has what's in theirs. Like the investigators, besides myself, were the Blackfoot community, and then we have the Cree. Now there's different tribals there. The same thing. And same thing as Willamaka, Nevada. They have, and then when we do gather together on the Zoom meeting, and we put, okay, in our leisure, we're going to put this, and then they has their name. My name, Bear Claw, you're going to see in it, as well as Red Hawk, the chief, that was from Blackfeet Res. Mama Rainfeather is now on the leisure because she is one of the deepest medicine woman and investigator. She did a lot of communications, even with paranormal, and that's where I was taught. Now, they say, well, where do your guys' gift? Is it just like the psychics and the media? No, I didn't study. I didn't look into, no. And you're born with it, and you have understanding, learning how to investigate many things, and what you feel comes around you. This is how you listen.
And it
Mama
goes through
Rainfeather has
bloodlines.
always said,
It goes through bloodlines. So a lot of like when you have shamans, usually the bloodline actually that will, because they have a gift that's given down to their children of what they have. You do have people that come out, that just have a gift, but a lot of them are in lines. And what a lot of people don't understand too, I think, when you talk about ledgers for the tribes, when I was with the Colville Nation in the early 90s, they were still trying to document the old verbal stories of the elders. They were still trying to write those down because nobody ever did. They just, it went from the old ways of doing everything to all of a sudden the kids don't want to sit at the powwows and listen to the stories. They don't want to go to the sweat lodges. And it went from that to they're like, we have to document this stuff.
Well, I will say this, and I can say this. A human had burned many ledgers in the early 1600s. So many tribals have lost many information that was documented down. So this is why many come back and rewrite everything. Now, when they had asked me, certain people had asked me, can you find out how much percent? And I'm like, I cannot do that, but I can find out about your ancestors. If it's your grandfather, your or great grandmother, or I can, it allows you give me the information and their names, then I can look. Now, I have found some and I have helped many with their names, but it stops around the 1800s for certain people because we're still putting more information from the back then
In the
when
back behind that, when you
certain,
guys had the sacred areas where you actually did cave writing, you did ceremonial writing on sacred
yes,
areas to mark the families were there, what was going
yes.
on, spiritual things were desecrated as time went on from like tagging and people not understanding and some people just being jackasses. So you have that along with the ritual documents, the ledgers that actually have the families in it. A lot of the history was kind of like lost, except for the elders that remembered the stories and the places.
When some elders go in, my mother and Mama Rainford is one, and they have done 10 different places. Arizona for the Navajo, Blackfeet in R with the Red Chief, the Rock, and in Canada, and again by Kentucky. There are 10 different locations, and they have also had printed what was there already when before their time. And many people have tried to come on or has come on the property. And they say, oh, they don't know all own this. If you go to the state and find the mapping, you're gonna know whose is whose. So we had to redo this too. Now, like Canada has different tribals. We have to label how many, which tribe, not just people that live in the area, but each individual tribal. Now, and every one of them all have done investigations of Satangas and the It and the Wingalo and the Rape and the Dogman.
And the little people and the
So
nature spirits.
we have the trolls, we have, yes, the little village people, and you have the fairies, which sometimes they can be butterflies and some can just be like a dragonfly. To explain to them everything is being put back in our ledgers what was most important to protect. And this is why now many other relatives are saying, well, my elders had spoke of this. Okay, well, give it to me and I will proofread it and represent it. So that way it can go on your family tree or your heritage, whatever, and then see if it matches the same what you're telling me who are your relatives. So it's a lot of investigation and doing all the backgrounds and stuff like that. And then to explain when you're in the field and you're investigating, the areas and trying to communicate with the Satangas. Say, excuse me, can you stop? No, I can't do that. It's their land as much as Mother Earth because they're protecting. And if they didn't want you, they make it known they don't want you there. They will show as more you push, the more you closer you get, you get again.
Like we
People say,
talked about
"Oh,
getting stuff thrown. It's like there's a difference of like a little pebble or a little twig thrown to say, hey, I'm here, or pay attention, than a boulder or a tree. It's like they'll let you
how
know.
many?" Yes, they said, "Well, we see lights out there, orbs." Okay. Then the question was, can a Satanga be an orb? It can, because that's how it comes out, a portal, and goes in back into the trees. But again, they can also be a family person. So when we all try to look, but they can also put different images in our head. We're not exactly seeing what's in front of us. And this is where
Yes.
many people get confused. And I
That's
say, take a bite of the bear root before you miss something that you wanted to see.
hey Wojo.
Hey, Danse, Wojo.
Oh, that's a lot of people when they talk about orbs. And they try to like hook them to Bigfoot. I'm like, number one, he's probably showing you that, so it's in your head. Uh, most
You
of the
know,
time, I'm like,
I
it's
have
a ball of energy.
disagreement with so many people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just
Yeah,
like
it can be.
if it's a ball of energy, it could be a nature spirit. It could be a spirit, just a spirit, like a relative spirit. It could be a lot of things, but it's like I try to tell people it's like most of the time if you see orbs, they're because they're around Satangas. Because if you have Satangas in the area, it is a safe area because they protect their land. They're the guardians, which you will get a
Correct.
lot more spiritual, things there. You'll have a lot more fae there. You have more little people, all this kind of stuff, because they will guard it. Like Wojo and Richie's area. It's like from when they started to now, like this last summer, all the plant growth went crazy. And I told them I was like, it's a safe area for them now. Other things are there helping the plants grow, and
Right. And it's because they're reinforcing that Mother Earth has sent them a message, restructure the area. You know, they have a playground that they're teaching the young to understand this is what they're about. Now, to a human, this is like, how can, and I was seeing some of the comments, and then it's like, this this one said in a different language, and I saw what it said, and it's like, oh, you're a fake. How can you fake how can one man or two men carry the log upside down? No, it would take more than, what do you think
the
humans have made cranes?
the problem is these people have never been in the woods and never tried to lift up a log that size. They're like, it's only like that big. Try to lift up a log that big that's been sitting in the woods. It has moisture in it. It's going to weigh a couple 100 pounds,
Of
and it's going to be
course,
awkward.
of
I'm dealing with
course.
logs right now. I'm cutting firewood. I'm telling you, it's like even a small one is heavy to move around. Like a 4-footer is like everything you can do just to move from one spot to another, and they're only like that big.
Right. But they just don't understand. And here they say, oh, a Bigfoot. No, that's not a Bigfoot. You know, I'm
Ignorance
like,
is a problem sometimes with Google. Just saying.
yes, I will say that. I wish people will take the time and step back and sit and look and listen, because you can really, really feel the energy from Mother Earth and the trees around And then if there is a very high electricity, then you know a Satanga is there. You know, same thing with Fort Lord. They also speak. They'll make it known, as well as the village people, because when it is mid evening, they tend to come out little by little to observe the area if it's safe, because they all feel when there is a Satanga or a dogman coming around, okay, it's all right, they're here. Well, let's go out. It's safe for us. But then you hear a crunch, crunch, and it's not like a Satanga or a dogman, and that's a human's crunch, crunch. Then they go back, blending in, hiding in the hole again, or that this is where
I've had some people actually take recordings in the woods, and the winds are going, and they hear voices, but they're like solid voices, and they're like, I think there's spirits here or something else. I'm like, no, that's the trees. And they're like, huh? And I'm like, you could tell the difference between when a spirit talks. It's a weird echoey thing.
It's a high pitch, just as well as a Satango, because
Yep.
like I was saying earlier when Rojo and Richie were on their live, and the heavy wind comes, that's when they move and they're speaking to them. You go this side, we go this side, move. So that's what they do. Just the same as any other creature. If they're very high energy, they'll make the wind harder for them to travel.
Just like they had them moving when the train came by or planes, then you could hear them moving around. They're
They'll
smart.
move too. Exactly. Yep. Let's go back and say hello. Okay, CP Rojos. JP Cansey. Greetings, everyone. Bob and Maddie. Beautiful ghost girl, baby girl. Let's see. He moves fast. Because they know they're around. Oh, let's invite this most boom. I have to show my guns.
Let's go.
My husband says my guns are almost as big as yours. While we were watching you guys on the big screen in the bedroom, he said, at the end they go boom. He goes, that man's bigger than the other man. He was talking about Richie. You're bigger than Richie. I said, well, what about mine? He goes, oh, no. You're there, babe. Mine are small.
No, these are the cannons.
Hey, Wojo.
Yes, sir. Hey, Sparky. How are you?
Yeah, he's here. I don't know why it's so small now.
Yeah. That's why it kind of threw me off. Yeah, so I was listening to, I just got home. So I was listening to you and Sparky chatting. The Ci'Tangas are there. I can hear the heavy movement. The winds are blowing. And you have to distinguish the high and the low of the sound. And for some reason, I felt high energy. And it's funny that your message that the big guy and the dog man, I felt the big guy. I don't know why.
Yeah, he was there. He was moving with you guys.
Yes.
And I said that on with Richie, but he didn't. You know how the feed goes fast, so
it keeps kicking them out, and I know it's hard for our viewers. For your viewers who are on here that have watched our show, yeah, we do get kicked off a lot, but the energy is so high, and
I think the big guy is following you guys right now because of all the other activity there. He's protecting you guys, so he's keeping a closer like he's getting really close to you guys to make sure you're okay. And are you right with that, Mama?
He is. He knows when your presence is coming before you even part,
Exactly.
because he already has that. Um, it's I say gift because it's
Foresight.
easier way for me to for me to say, because he knows when you guys are coming. Even say on the odd day you just happen, he's gonna know, and
Right.
he's already connected with you guys.
Yeah.
His friend is what allows you to go and through, even if you bring a guest. And I noticed that when you guys have a guest, they're very alert.
Oh,
Can
I didn't realize I could. I finally could see everyone's comments. Sorry, everybody.
so I think what Mama's trying to say is when you connect with a Ci'Tanya, they it's like a mark, and so they can tell where you're at and when you're coming. They can feel you coming.
Oh, I can feel
Is
them
that
coming down the street, Sparky. I mean, it's
kind of what you meant by that,
it.
Mama? I was like you have a mark from your clan,
Yes.
so when you're around, they know how to find you and how to find you.
And
Right.
listen, I was at our spot, maybe like over an hour. I tend to get there early and just kind of meditate. And well, when I step outside, I can hear from a distance in the woods where we walk in. You can hear the vocals, and it's kind of like it gives a smile to your face, because these are the things that that me and Richie don't talk about. It's not like that we don't, well, because we keep forgetting, because when we go out in the woods, we go on live and we're just showing you around. But I will tell you from the background is that when I'm there first, I can hear the vocals, and you don't hear
They
the
have the
dog.
respect. This
Right.
is how. See, I know that you and Richie are very special to them. I had picked that up when I first watched you guys. And I have been watching you for a little, I think it's been a year. I
Yeah.
have been quiet until it was time for me to speak up. And that's what I did. And you guys are right on his name. That is his name. You guys are also right about putting the chair somewhere else. I've also heard him speak where he says, "Thank you for that new area." I've also said that when you guys are out there, there will be new structures. Now that you guys have come at night, which he enjoys, so do the young juveniles. They when Richie gets loud, the Italiano, as councils and other elders, the Italiano. And I went like that, so now they go, oh, an Italiano. But it's funny because their accents is different. Trying to speak the English of saying it, but when we say it in different, like in Navajo, Apache, Cree, Black, it's different.
Yeah.
So, we were like, okay, they're laughing.
Yeah, I mean,
And then when you two have a disagreement, it's like they really
Yeah. I can hear.
that's how they laugh. Yeah.
We do have audio that I'm talking to them, and
Mhm.
I was like away from Richie, and I forgot who else was with us at the time. I think maybe I can't remember, but all I remember was I was talking to them, and that I think I said, "Do you feel safe with us here tonight?" and what have you. And then I hear, ugh, ugh. And I have that.
Mhm.
I have the audio. And it's kind of cool. Like, it's not like, oh, we have audio of Bigfoot. No, it's not like that. It's the communication. And I just want to like let that out there to everybody. That is it cool to have a vocal? Of course it is. But
Yeah.
it's the relation. And this is why we keep talking about having this relationship. It's not like we're hunting Bigfoot. No, it's not like that. It's not like, oh, we need, like some people, there are research out there. Oh, we got a vocal, we got this, we got that, and we got proof. Yeah, you can have all that, but you don't have that relationship. And this is why it's important research. This is why that most of you is on here that I know, that I see. John Adventures, good to see you. Robin, Ghost Girl, hey, yes, no work. And of course Sparky. It's just that we all, it's not just me and Richie, but we all are having this relationship, and we're all having this understanding.
Correct.
Out these woods through with you too, and you start really believing the spiritual, the real spiritual connection. Where I didn't have before. I just go out in the woods, and then you just try to listen and learn. But yet now it's more of listening, but also understanding and asking. Because we were at the gifting chair. I don't know if you guys saw anything, but so where the golf balls were, I had all the Ci'Tanyas placed in a triangle, in a circle around me and Richie, we're thanking them for protect us. But then they moved the juveniles in our balls lower, like they're like with us, and that's what I was getting at. It was pretty cool if you see that, because I feel like the little ones were around. In our last episode, that I believed that the two eye shines that me and Richie were looking at were the young ones, because they were too close.
Mm-hmm.
And that tells you how much they like you guys, because you would never get close to their young ones unless they trusted you.
That's why we were but then Sparky, where I was, I know the big guy was behind me. I could hear the heavy movement. Like you feel, it's not this. It's like you feel powerful presence, and that's Salonon.
Very spiritual.
Yes, and he understood. But sometimes you kind of wonder, like, Richie, are you hearing this? That's what I kept saying to him. And then all of a sudden, bam, right off a tree, something was thrown, and I could hear Richie go, "Is that you?" I go, "Nope, it's behind me." And I turned around. And I go, "Come on, I'm it's okay. We're just having a conversation." Whatever I said, but I'm just being calm and cool. And so I turned back to the eye shine, talking and to the little one, and then because he was much closer to me than the other one closer to Richie. And what was so cool.
Council says, do you know that the spiritual feeling that you get is they allow it?
Oh, 100%. Like I again, going back to, I don't know, I want to say like 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Oh, my goodness. Let's invite my son, Sangha. Sorry.
Biggie.
Do you know that
Biggie, what's up?
feeling you get is they allow it?
There he
Turn your
is.
TV down, Sangha.
You got in trouble.
Don't say it.
I don't hear no TV.
What's up, buddy?
Uh-huh.
How you guys doing?
What's happening? But to answer,
Okay. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Oh no, it's okay. It's only Biggie. No, I'm kidding. No, 6 months ago is when I realized there's something again that just like really spiritually, because the more I was in tune with the gifting chair and the messages, when the minute that we changed using the golf balls, then that's when it really started to hit me. Using the golf balls and the communication that they were giving us, and when they're facing it, that they're talking to us. And so you can hear the movements and everything. And I just smile knowing that our friends are allowing us in their home and they're walking with us, and you feel protected. And that's why you don't see me get excited. except for the one. So back to the little one. There was a second throw. This time it was like lower to the tree,
Mhm.
feet beside me, and it was loud. And Richie goes, "Did you step on a branch?" I go, "Nope." And I forgot what the other questions were. I go, "I don't know." Then, because I know, I'm saying to myself, did I do something? So I was like kind of turning around, like, okay, I think it was time for us to like go. And then as we were, Richie and me, I said, "Listen, let's just go." Because I think I know deep down, without telling them, like I think that those are the young ones, and that it's too cool. Then as we're going up, I'm facing you, but I can see in the peripheral vision a light move quick. And as I looked, one of the young ones, goes towards where the watcher always where we walk out. And then the big eye shone. And I knew that's the same light I've seen before. I believe it's Mama. And that's the same one that saw Richie and the rest of us leave. I was the only one to stay behind them. And all three of them would turn to watch Richie, like when he took the right to go home. I stopped, but they turned back to me, and I said, "Okay, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy your gifts." You know,
Well,
like,
remember the young ones, they'll play with you. Like they'll do little tossings and stuff because they're playing.
Mhm.
oh yeah,
They're learning what it is from other humans, and they're able to tell and sense the goodness or if one's bad.
right,
Because if it's gonna be a bad human, what they'll do, the adults will move them, try to move you to go somewhere else, and the young that can't feel that these are good people, they will like try to communicate, try to throw things, but they're never big rocks. They're like pebbles or small, tiny sticks, not big ones like other humans say. But
right.
again, the clans, you can actually feel if the clan is good. But
Oh, it's totally
your
cool.
your leader is and has been trying to communicate with you guys.
Oh yeah, and he has. Um, I like to Sparky. There was one incident that so I think that's when you just came on, but I know there was, I know there had to be about four of them. And where we are is it's like a letter T, and that is the pathway. And we were about to go
Yes.
into the Farley, but we stopped because something was thrown from behind, but then something was thrown in front of me. And just where it's landing, I started, because there was so much of it, I couldn't stop laughing. And I knew that the young ones, they were having fun. So
Right.
he's like, "Wow, there's so much being thrown." So I grabbed it, I took up a stick, and I kind of like, not trying to throw a few feet in front of me. I said, how do you like that? Just having fun. Because like they're acting like kids. And that, I don't know, that's you feel that energy that you can just
Mm-hmm.
tell, as us Americans that we're learning. And we're learning, well, I guess
It's
this
just like
is their
it's
test us to see our demeanor.
correct. It's like how I told you I'm going to be on this tree, and then when I was sitting there for a while, letting you guys know where they were, and then I got a grunt. I'm like, no, I'm not here to harm. I am protecting them.
Mm.
And I know you communicate. And okay, I said, I'll leave. I'm going to back down a little. And when I did because I have to have that respect for that clan. They can see me clearly. I'm just like them when they close. And people
Right.
don't understand when I am telling you I'm there, I have the mic and I'm saying, and whatever it types on, it types into the chat.
Right.
Now, half of the time, I get messed, oh, you say you're there. Well, what do you see? I'm telling you what I see, what is near. But, again, that's if you have interact with any satangas. If you haven't, then you don't understand and you won't know what I'm talking about.
And I think people
I mean,
understand your foresight of or remote viewing or however you want to say it. There's multiple ways to say it. People think that you actually are there and you see it like a TV, like in real life. But in fact, most of the time when people do that, it's almost like a foggy thing. And then you see like the heavy spirits very clearly. You see the people you want to see very clearly. Is that kind of a good explanation of like when you go there?
yeah, yeah, and you'd be surprised. It's very powerful. And when you have that gift and you're trying to give sight for others to help them, it's important. Now, for me to fight with my other council members and other elders, I had to get permission. It took me 5 years, well, actually 10 years, to really fight it, to spread the word, but in a good way, so other humans can understand. There's times that don't understand. Oh, she's just a psychic. No, I'm completely different. And believe me, I don't, like I say, I don't judge on them or anything. But it's also good that you have other fields to help you. Sangat knows when I tell him I'm going to be at a certain tree, and he's like, and I have never been there, and I was there. Then a time
She
too,
knows she's been there. And spiritual. She told me that she would kick some snow down on me or whatever. And like literally 5 minutes after the live stream, she said that in the live stream, she kicks the snow down on me.
I mean, I'm there to give guidance. That's my journey.
I will say this because, well, all right. So we knew Mama Bear Claws with us, and there was one investigation where we know that she was with us, and I know she was with us because I'm going to explain why. I didn't really say it on the live. So Richie we found a structure, and Richie was trying to explain I don't know, a piece of the branch or what have you. And I was looking towards the river, and I see like the horizon, and I don't know why, but I was just looking at this one general direct area, and I was kind of like really tunnel vision, and then all of a sudden, something like cloaked like that fast, and it looked like it came down the tree, and then I started doing this to try to follow the horizon, and I'm sitting there like this, and Richie's like, "What's the matter?" I don't know. And I don't know what I don't know what I just said. Mama Bear Claw. I didn't say nothing yet. I just want you to know that one of the female just jumped off the tree. Don't be surprised to see some leaves fall down. I looked at Richie. I'm like, oh my god, it's happened so fast. It looked like whatever like swooped or jumped. It had to be about approximately like 8 feet. I mean, maybe like well, I would say she had to be at least about 8 to 12 feet up in the tree. Yeah, but it just happened like that quick, and I know what I saw. And for her to say that, um, it gave me more assurance and more comfort to know because we could hear them walking around us that day.
Mhm.
And, it was awesome.
They they make it known. And my thing is, when I'm there, I ask permission. May I stay with one of your trees to help with the energy? And I was told yes, but for moments. And I said, I will be here as long as I can for them. And it's fine. The little ones will look, and now and then I get a twig, and I'm like, I'll do that. And then I will see your leader from a distance about 40 yards, and you guys are right in between. So I'm like, then I will say, okay, you're between him, Dogman, and another older juvenile. And it's before you guys are going to the college. And sure enough, Richie says, and then when it got a little darker, it was going good, and then I said, "You guys need to get out."
Right.
And when I do say that, you really need to get out. Don't rush or run. That's a bad thing to do, is run.
She told me, she said, you got 5 minutes to get out. And I got out in 5 minutes, and you can hear crashing and something running through the woods like it was wanting to tear something up.
Yeah.
That happened to me more than once.
One thing I learned, Biggie, is when you're in someone's house and everyone's had a long day, and okay, like you try to give that hint, like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna kind of time for you to go because I got things to do and what have you. That's how I perceive things, and I know Richie, because Richie's talking to you and the audience. And so sometimes he can't really feel what I'm feeling. That's why I'm like, yeah, I think it's time for us to go. I think we, they love us, they welcome us, but it's sometimes you got to give them that respect to.
There's limit.
But when that happens, do you get that feeling or whatever, like it's telling you to leave?
Like, how about this? That's like me kind of like I'm right beside you. I'll walk you out, but we need to go a little faster, like you kind of.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. And I know when I feel that or whatever, I just back out or whatever. I tell people, hey, we're gonna have to cut it short, and I got to get out, because you get that feeling and you can feel it too. Like, the energy's changed, the stuff is different, the way they're acting is different, and they're like telling you, hey, you ain't supposed to be in here right now.
Right.
Yeah, I get the same feeling when I'm out doing mine.
Well, because again, we don't know what they're doing, and they could feel good, but they could just say, "Hey, it's time for you to go."
Good question.
Your opinion, please. If someone is remote viewing a person, will the person being viewed has smell of a hot or high electricity or zone smell? Is that something different? Actually, they do scent out. The females do a stronger scent, depending on their
I think she's
electricity in
asking
their body.
if
she's asking about if you were viewing somebody, can they smell you?
Yeah, so like if you remote view somebody, the person you're remote viewing, because you're there, can they smell something weird?
Right.
Yes. Yes. Many times, if someone is picking up where I'm at, then they'll point and then they'll speak. No. But when a human, very seldom does a human can see where I'm at unless I say. But again, peekaboo is exactly what I do. I'll do the same thing as them just to look too far. I mean, I'm going to get on a tree and jump one tree to another tree. No.
And you have to remember is like when Mama does remote viewing, that's a lot of energy going into the area, which can give off smells or what have you. Also, when she does that or other people do that, it can affect what's there because now they feel her there and like, why are you here? And she's trying to go, is it okay? Am I here? So sometimes you'll get those smells off of the things that are already there because now they know something came in. There's a lot into that. It's really weird.
Right. They also will alert me if something else is there. And they'll tell me it's uncomfortable for you to do not be here. And I do leave.
Exactly.
But then when I come back, I'm very drained. I'm tired. And I try to get back to my composer where I eat a bear root. And that's why I tell you guys too, make sure you take a bite of the bear root so you don't get that tunnel.
Right.
Or you get dizzy, because many other creatures will try to confuse your mind or redirect you in circles.
I had that happen a few times with it.
Yeah.
I actually had I was on a podcast with Clairvoyant, and after the podcast, I stayed on for a little while and we were talking. She's like, I feel something weird with you. Is it okay if I actually look like remote view you? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. It's fine. She was like, she was looking at the property and basically told me everything Mama's already told me about my property, which is kind of hilarious, down to the T. And she was like, I can't see in your house. And I'm like, oh yeah, my guys won't let you see my house. Like, they know Mama, so she's allowed. I'm like, but I'm going to have to tell them it's okay for you to come in here. And she's like, I have never done that. And when she was telling me that, I could actually smell like my grandmother's perfume come across. So like what you're talking about, yeah, it can come in a lot of different ways.
Right.
Yeah. I do have a question. Before I say that, how rude I am. Lisa Ann, it's great to see you on here. Bounty Hunting Bear, pleasure of seeing you. And Robin, yes, I am in the house. It's great to see you again. Great people right there. So my question to you is, just the other day, we had like what you call a sweet smell, and we kind of wonder.
Were you wondering if it was your mother?
Yeah.
Well, I see the head saying, yes, it was.
Excuse me. Fix my time. Sometimes,
and
like,
Jack is always around you guys. That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, Rojo. Did you see the message I sent you?
With the young one.
Today?
It was yesterday. Don't call it out. Just after this thing, look at it.
Yeah.
Give me your opinion.
In my what?
Your opinion.
When you have time to check it out.
Yeah.
It might have to do with Jack. That's what I'm asking.
Mama's never met my father, right? And my dad, he used to, he passed away, and Mama went to see him to tell him that I missed him and loved him and wanted to see him. Well, she calls me on the phone. She tells me, she says, your dad or whatever, he's missing a finger on his one hand, and he did this thing with his finger where he puts it up his nose and he like takes it and he turns it around, and then he acts like he gets stuck in there, so he pulls it, and when he pulls it out, there's nothing there, because he's got a nub where it's cut off. And he freaks out little kids all the time with it. He's like, oh, my finger got stuck up in there. And he's all, Mama said, well, he did his thing with his finger or whatever. He turned his hand and then he went like this. And she's like, I don't understand what he was doing. But when she told me that, I knew what he was doing because he's done it for years. And for her to say that and never met my father, never knew my dad, to tell me that, I don't question that woman. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
She's talked to somebody or she's done something or she knows if they're there. Or like when she tells me I'm there, I'll see a silhouette, long hair. I know it's Mama. And then I'll see a skinnier chick with longer hair. And she's like, that's Mama Rainfeather. And I know it's Mama Rainfeather because Mama Rainfeather has the yellowish glow to her, like a blondish color looking in her hair. But it's amazing, so I don't question this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
We get different smells, and like a strong dirt smell, smell.
Well, that's because you have a lot more there than just Ci'Tangas. Like we talked about earlier, once you have Ci'Tangas go in there, they're the guardians. It makes a safe space, so other things will come because it's safe.
When you're getting that dirty smell or whatever, and it smells more like people don't understand the dirty smell. It smells more like a wet dog basement smell. And I keep telling people, I'm like, yeah, I get this like dirt smell or whatever, but it's like a wet basement, or it's like, the way to try to describe it is like a wet basement. The only way to really describe it. That is the dog man coming up on you. They're letting you know that they're there. and people are like, no, they have, but they, when it rains or whatever, it's more of a musky, like dog, wet dog. Like, you ever had a dog or whatever in your house or whatever, and you smell that musty smell they leave behind when they're sitting on your furniture, rubbing up against you? That's what it smells like, when it's wet out. But when it's dry out, it's more of the basement wet dirt smell.
Yeah, because we've had like that real strong wet dog. It smells like urine. Like it's. I'm sorry to say it like that, folks, but it's very strong, very very strong. You're like, what is that? But also there was more of a like just like the smell of dirt, and
Yeah, no, she's thinking of the other thing, probably.
She's thinking hard right now.
during I'm talking.
They're kind of more of the it though. They have more of
The it can smell like a dog man. Remember that.
Yeah,
And they can also try to shape into a dog man.
They do, yeah. Or they try to do it into a Bigfoot too.
But they can't do Bigfoots.
During the day?
They have tried, but they will do all other animals. And that's how they try to lure you. And they do confuse you.
Yep.
Yeah, because this was particular smell is I smelled that wet hair before, but the other one was like more of a dirt, and we don't know if that's during the day or that's mostly at night. So that's why I would never thought of that.
See, at night it can be an it, because they don't come out really during the days.
Right. But this is
now,
like
it could mainly be the dog man, and that's why, when Richie said, "Oh, she's showing a dog with a microphone," that's because there was one close.
Yeah, because it's going to smell either like dirt, or it's going to smell foul, like rotten meat, kind of rank. Correct?
Yes, and then it will also, how dead roadkill smells, but 10 times that.
I'll tell you something you can try though. Going out there, just take a dog bone or some dog treats, and tell them that this is not for you. This is for the dog, and leave it for them.
Interesting. It's funny because now you refreshed my mind, Biggie, because
I do that.
Of something along those lines a few weeks ago, and then I completely forgot. I just happened to I was sitting down watching TV, and I'm just trying to think of different things, and his mama keeps when we talk about the dog man and everything, and I'm like, well, the dog man's my pal, so how would I leave him a treat? And hopefully that it goes to him and not for Ci'Tanya's. Now you refreshed my mind. I like
even when you're walking a path or whatever, just throw down a dog treat, because they follow you, they smell you. And like when I just did my last live with Keegan, he didn't know nothing about Bigfoots or nothing. He had where they ran up behind him and they were clothed, the smelling of the dog. And
did you get that picture?
Yeah, I see them all around him.
You can see him right. I mean, they're very tall, and
yeah. And he was like, he was freaking out. He was like, man, I can't explain it, And then to a skeptic or whatever, they don't know what's going on. They don't understand, something running up on them, and just they both turn around, and then he looks and he's like, there's nothing there. He's like, I can't explain that. But I said, okay, so when you heard it running up on you, did it sound like a small creature? We've all been in the woods. We know what animals sound like when they're running, and deer and all that. And he was like, he was hearing bipedal. He was telling us, I hear like a human running, and they were coming up on us. They were smelling them. And then they ran up behind them, but they were cloaked. And he turned around so quick, and he's like, this is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I can't explain this. And I'm like, well, the best thing to do is don't fear it, and come back out and join us again.
So, Biggie, since they both, go alongside each other, it's probably I understand. Like, it's probably better off not to put the bone by like we have the gifting chair because it's the clan's, not his. So you don't want to decide the both.
The dog man is part of the clan with the Bigfoots. It's their dog. So if you was to take the bone, just say like for instance, like me, I'll throw a couple biscuits walking around, and on the ground, because like when I'm here at the house, I'll throw the dog treats on the ground, But what I do is if you're at the gifting tree, just set his stuff off to the side of your gifting tree and tell them that this is not for you, this is for the dog. And however you talk to the dog or whatever, you let them know, hey, this is for you. But the dogs, they understand just like the Bigfoots. The Bigfoots, so they know, like, say, for instance, if you just put the bone on the ground and say, hey, this is for the dog, it's not disrespecting the Bigfoots because they know it's not theirs. And the dog, he don't care, he'll eat off the ground. They're scavengers. They like to eat off the ground. So I'm just saying, if you put it out there for him, just let him know that this is not yours, this is his. Or she's, whatever, the dogs.
Exactly. Actually, you know what? Let's get into it. The dog man. Are there? You said there's 3 of them. Are they all males?
2 are males and 1's female.
And one of the males is the one that is close to me, right?
No,
And the
the
female
male
runs
that
the
follows.
What was that?
He's very huge. Very huge. And he does follow where you go. When you're over there investigating a different area than Richie, he's always walking with you.
It's funny because
That's true.
now get this, Sparky, you probably remember this, is that there was a moment where we found the asterisk. We heard excuse me, we backed that up. We see the asterisk. It's kind of getting dark, and so we want to go and do a loop around to head back towards the huts to be back on the trail to go to the Farley. Well, it got dark quick, and so Richie was with Denny, and so I'm like, I overheard him, Mamo say, well, this is a dog man. He just, you don't want to be in his area. He's warning you to get out of that area. And I remember that. And I said, okay, it's time to go. So I told them to follow me. And they were kind of like lagging. And on my phone, I have a device that goes thermal. And I could see them like about 30, 35 yards away from me. And then I can hear movement to my left. And then I hear the train go by, and then I'm just like taking a breath, but then you can hear a, and it was right in my ear, and I just turned and looked because I have my phone like this, but I put it down, so I want to see if there's any eye shine or anything. I didn't see nothing. I'm like,
Happens to me all the time.
Okay, I'll move. I go,
Like
guys.
the trains and the planes. They'll start howling and talking, and it's loud, and you can hear it.
Oh yeah, and then I can hear a. I'm like,
but the thing is when you try to bring the audio back up with the train going by and or a plane going by, you can't pick that audio up. So that's only an experience for yourself, and they know this, so they only do it for you to hear it.
Well, it did on both because I'm breathing.
The audio?
Yes, sir. You can hear me go.
It's hard to get the audio.
And
yes, it is.
It is.
By the way.
But what I'm saying is I'm taking it. You can hear me because I had it like close to me because I'm trying to catch my breath because I'm like, we are going through some thick stuff and I'm trying to get to the area where it starts to get better. And Richie and Denny kept stopping, and all I heard was them saying a footprint or something, and I'm like, and then you hear, and I go, that I didn't breathe out yet. And I'm like, and I turned and I put my phone down, and then I started walking to Richie, and I go, hey, Rich, can I talk to you for a moment? it's time I think it's time for us to go.
So can I ask you something? When
Yes,
you
sir.
say you heard the at the end, right? Did that sound like a deer doing that, like a deer exhale? So if you've ever been a hunter or been in the woods and you know a deer do the low or the, did it sound like that?
It was like a.
But it was loud like a deer snorting?
It sounded more like a person blowing in his ear, like hard.
No deer snort. It was not that.
Oh, that's if they did that or whatever. Like if you heard that, where the little and like by you, they're letting you know that they're there, but they're also it's them taking a smell in and smelling you because they're closer than what you think. They're smelling you. They're up on you.
Wojo, you also have a question that Robin wants you to ask.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. Ask Mama
Here.
Vic about the video with the bright light type thing. Yeah. So, okay, Robin. So, Mama, I don't know if you saw our towards the end of our podcast, I had the eye shine of possibly the female, and the energy song is like the light is so bright, and she's big and she's tall, and I've seen that type of light in different spots before. And the little one, and what I mean the little ones is the eye shines that are much lower to the ground. But she was standing tall. So I zoomed in and did the video.
And you just got the light,
You get the light, but you can
but
kind of
she's
see.
above.
But there's one moment where the eyes closed and opened up again.
I do remember that. That
And
was the
what-
female. And I think I also said there is a female, and there are two different eye shines that were lower.
In the what was lower? Little ones.
The little ones, yes, the young juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get in the lights or whatever, are you getting the orbs too that are like zooming by you real quick, like bigger ones and smaller ones?
No, because I could see the two dots, and they're like this, up and down.
Most Sasquatches out here, they do like an orb thing. Like I catch them on cameras here at the house. I catch them in the hot spot. I've caught them on my night vision goggles and have a video up on YouTube about it. But there was big ones and then there was little ones. I keep telling everybody when I see them, you'll see the Sasquatch and all of a sudden it'll be gone. And then you'll see a ball of white orb, just boom, shoot out. And then next thing you know, they're over here or they're over there. So they're traveling. When they get farther in front of you, they don't have to make noises. That's how they don't make noises. They just go into an orb and then they fly and then they're right there in the next spot. And then they come out of the orb and boom, then they're there again. And then I've also had where I've caught it on one of the live streams too, whatever. I heard a pop, like a knock. And when I turned the camera towards it, all it was like a flash of lightning. And I've told Mom about this. It was white. And all of a sudden, boom, it was like, big ball of light. And then next thing you know, I asked her about it. And what she told me is it's the energy of them coming out of the tree. And they're coming out. And when they come out to step out, boom, it makes that popping noise. And then they're there.
The light.
You can see the movement too.
Yeah.
One last question. We did have the picture. I do have a zoomed in picture. And Sparky, you know what picture I'm talking about, right? The real bright one. So what we're looking at, it seems like you can see a chin and a mouth. Is that what we're looking at?
From what I saw from that is you could see her eyes, and you can see the visual of the nose and the chin, and it's not so pointing.
No.
The
No, it was
females, most of the females are like almost a point. See how mine is?
Yes. Sparky,
Those are the females. The males are more round.
Yeah.
And their eyes are not as they're not like ours closed. They're more. Their eyes will be right here and right here. So that's a distance.
So obviously, we could see that in the picture.
Yes.
Sparky, you could probably send that to Biggie later on, but you can see like you can see the eyes, but obviously the light's right here because obviously that's what when you go through a camera, that's what it's going to show you. It's just a big light.
I can see it clearly for what it is, but other people are like trying to see hard, you know. And then when you blow it up, you can see the eyes, and then you'll see the bottom of the chin.
Because when you see the movement during the video, you can see like this little sparkles, like reflections, but you could I could see like a head. And you can
That's their fur doing that, or what I call hair. You know, people call it fur, but that's their hair or whatever. Their hair, it's like shining into a mirror or whatever. It takes in the light or whatever. So it basically like makes like a mirror image when you're shining a light on them or anything like that, or even infrared, whatever. You can see the spot on them.
I would say it's like the follicles of the hair that can change. So that's what I was discussing.
It's the energy of the
I
light.
have a couple of hair samples here or whatever, and when you hold it up to the light, it's invisible. Like you can't see that there's a strand of hair in there.
Right.
It like disappears when you hold it up to the light. It's clear. You can see through it, like a fluorescent. You know how they like to do the fluorescent lights, whatever. You can put the different colors in the strand. So I think that I go into more of that, but that's like another time. But it's more where they can change their color to pretty much whatever they want and blend into whatever. It's basically like they're mirror imaging where they're around.
Every clan, every Ci'Tanya are different. Either by their color of their hair, the body structure. Some are aggressive, some are kinder.
That's true.
The female, you see with the females, there's some aggressive, there's some are kind. But they'll still all be very, how do you say? They can hurt a person if you are rushing at them, or if you're how do you say, a bluff?
Like a bluff charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that. I've heard that.
Well, I tried that when I first started my channel. I tried intimidating them, pounding my chest, shaking the tree, showing them signs of aggression or whatever. They don't respect you when you do stuff like that.
I was trying to find the difference.
I tried it. I mean, they did react. Don't get me wrong. They shook the trees back. They did the hollering. They did the chest pounding. They surrounded me. They were like, "Dude, you need to chill out."
You're disrespecting them when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because people say, "Oh, they're part gorilla, part monkey."
They're more.
We don't feel that they are.
When you guys were talking about the hair, I remember there is a difference between Bigfoot hair and normal hair, and I can't find it right now. But it has to do, if you put it on a microscope, the very center of the hair, like human hair, there's like, I can't remember what they call it, is there. Bigfoot hair is not there, which could understand why.
That's not totally true though with Bigfoot hair, because I got a sample that it wasn't hollow in the inside, and then I got another one that has both of them. It has the human DNA on one side of it, and then on the other end of it, it has the primate, which is the animal side of it. So they have both strands in their hair. So just saying, they have human and they have animal, because I have a strand here at the house, and I got the video up on the YouTube channel or whatever, like the short that shows it and the hair samples. I literally have a hair sample that has literally it has both of them in it. So it shows like it's like human, and then it goes into like a primal, and then it goes into the human, then it goes into the so they got both in their hair.
Because Richie does have a picture of an old game camera from a long time ago, in his backyard at the time, and you can see the fuzz, but from the flash of the light, it's all solid white.
The hair that he has, it is a Ci'Tanya's.
I'm sorry. What was that, Mama?
The sample that he has of the hair, it is a Ci'Tanya, and that's a female hair.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on the picture that he has, from a flash, from the picture, you can see it's solid white from the flash.
You guys can
Yeah,
get some hair sample too. All you gotta do is right around your gifting tree. Just look for a strand of hair, man. Take out a black light, or and just walk around the gifting tree or whatever, and you're only gonna see one strand. See, people think when they go for Bigfoot hairs that it's a big clob of hair, and it's not like that. It's maybe like one strand, two strands. That's like our hair. Like when we lose a piece of hair, it's the same way with them. They don't lose big old globs of hair like everybody thinks. It's one strand, but if you want to find one, I'm telling you, this is how you find it. Walk around your gifting tree and just look for one strand of hair, and you're going to find it. And it's going to be either 6 to 8 inches long. Just keep an eye out, because you're going to, and when you see it, you're going to think it's almost like a human hair, like a female hair. But I'm telling you, if you want to find a hair strand, walk around your gifting tree. You're going to find
It
one.
could be Richie's hair, because he has long hair on top.
Well, you'll know the difference when you hold it up to the light. It turns white, clear.
I know.
If you hold the hair up to the light, you can still see it.
Oh yeah, you can barely see it. Oh yeah. And again,
Mama's just showing off because she, her Sasquatch is.
So Bounty's asking, please explain if you can, why do people research and go into the forest so aggressive? Do they also go in people's house like that?
The Ci'Tanyas or the people?
She said people.
Yeah, why do
people?
Because they want to make it. They were trying to either make themselves famous or try to make money off of, or.
I think also it's they're ignorant, and so they're trying to make a video out of Bigfoot, but they're scared as hell when they go in the forest because they don't go in the forest.
Well, if everybody knows my brother-in-law from the channel Mud, he goes in aggressive or whatever, like, oh, ain't nothing in here, I ain't scared, and then they're all
and
around
him. Every time,
they shut him down just like that.
His name is Mud.
I called one of them to face his brother-in-law Mud, and I told Sangha, I said, "Hey, Sangha, tell him that one of your clans is right to the left of him, and he's maybe 10 feet from him. He's over there in the flesh. I didn't see him, but yet he got up."
And
I just told you,
the dog cloaking and the Sasquatch cloaking after she said that, because I was like filming, boom, you got the dog man cloak behind the tree like this. You can see his whole head and everything, and then the Sasquatch is standing right there as he's walking right by it, and it's on the left side of him as he's walking right by it.
Yeah.
I get questions as how come we can't see their breath, because it's very controllable.
Oh yeah.
You can see ours from the mouth to the nose, but them you can't. And they're like, I think I didn't know.
No, I think the reason why too, I can explain that too. Whatever is, when I was with my other brother in PA, whatever, they can control the temperature out there. They can take it from cold, like if it's real cold out, they can go to cold. They can go, if they're really hot, they can turn their body to cold. And then if it's like too cold out, they can turn their body to hot to warm up. So they can change the temperature of their own body. Plus, on top of it, they can change the temperature of the air around you or out there in the environment.
And this is many times, I say this, and it could be the star people, because PA is very known for star people.
Mm-hmm. That could be
more than Ci'Tanya.
because most people ask me, you know, well, where do they sleep at night? Do they sleep in caves or do they sleep underground? And for where we are, we don't have, we don't really have caves. We're more flat, but there are a lot of big, thick, high trees that they can just lay back.
Structures,
I'm sorry.
structures, like I was saying today, there's a structure of them where you could see the nesting.
Right.
And they use many, many branches, or they'll gather vines
Mm-hmm.
and they'll lay them down, and they'll sit as they sleep. They don't lay.
Right.
Yeah, they slump over. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't understand also they're like a lot of other predators. They're not like humans where they're up all day and sleep all night. They basically go forage, search area, nap, keep going, nap. So
Right.
they're constantly, that's why they're out at night, they're out in daytime. They don't
Well, then
sleep 8 hours a
they
day.
got their dogs too. They'll alert them when somebody's coming. So
Yes.
Robin has a good
They-
question about why do researchers have more around them than others in the forest. I think that's just respect and how you go in there. And if you're a good person and they read that from you and you treat the woods with respect and you treat them with respect and you're not scared and acting a fool.
It's like I said earlier. If they're having to feel the trust in you, then it'll be known. If they can pick that you're not sincere,
I was going to say that.
that you're just looking to hunt, no, they will not show.
Well, I mean, not only that,
Not even footprints. But if you ask and you're learning to investigate them in a proper way, say, I appreciate you, what you have done. I have given you a gift. Is there a way that you can show me your presence? What did I tell you? Well, you guys were going to get prints.
Right.
I have not stirred any channel or group from me helping. And when I do, I respect them and I respect their clan, because knowing to feel for them and try to speak, then they'll say, okay, we understand, we'll give them a chance. This is what some are aggressive and they say no. But if they see one strong Ci'Tanya able to communicate in some way, but little at a time, it takes years to have a complete trust and patience with them. Then they'll respect you more. This is why I have mine. This is what they had given me. Then you know that you will be, as the Creator, our Father, Jesus Christ. We pray to Him. They pray. They protect Mother Earth. They want the foundation to be closure with love, respect. It's the same thing as we want when we pray to Him, right? They can sense that. That's spirituality. And that's what they respect.
And that's why Bounty, well, she has a question. Bounty Hunting there. In my honest opinion, it's who you are as a person, your vibe, your intent, your heart. They know just like the forest, trees, plants, knows, it alerts all the animals. Yeah, exactly, because
Yes, because they, like I said,
you've learned. I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
they are the guardians of Mother Earth.
Yep.
They protect all trees. They get very unhappy when loggers do cut the trees.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes they make it known.
yes, they do.
They
Bring equipment, black trails.
I would say like about a mile down on the street that I cut down to get to our place. They're logging, but across the way, and I'm like, I see them out there too today, and I'm like, bad news, man. You guys don't know what you're dealing with and what you're doing. And as I passed them, I saw more tree structures that weren't there before. I'm like, oh boy. They already gave you
I've
that one.
seen I've seen a human. These were 4 humans taking down an ex from. That's a no-no. When you do that and you interfere with their surrounding where they make X's, if it's in the ground, welcome. X's and stand up. Do not enter. Well, these 4 gentlemen tried to take that down. A week later, one got sick. 3 weeks later, the other one got sick and had a heart attack.
Ooh.
A month later, one died. And the other one went to church and started praying. Don't take me. I have let go of that one. I had to wash my hands. I am not going to vision or help a person that wants to destroy what they have put in their home with Mother Earth. We are guests. Yes, we have asked forgiveness for having home, using the wood for home. But I also say I'm grateful that we're able to make one. And I promise I will not try to take any more. But when there is loose wood in the on Mother Earth laying flat, we're welcome to use it, but not the large ones. Because they make their own structures to teach the young. This is the study.
That's
As
a
we
really good point, which I don't think enough people talk about, because today's society says, if I disrespect you, all I have to do is say sorry and we're good. You
No.
have to
Don't worry
forgive
about
me. When it comes to paranormal, and we're talking Ci'Tangas or cryptids, if you offend them or disrespect them or spirits, it's not going to be a simple thank you. You're going to have to pay a price, and then you better make atonements to actually correct what you did. I think a lot of people mess that up, where I've seen people go like, I'm going to go Bigfoot, and if I, I'll say sorry if I mess up, or I'm going to go, ghost hunting, I'm going to offend something and I'm going to say sorry. I'm like, that's not going to help you.
Many times, the other elders I speak with, they have told me, you're giving good knowledge, you're teaching, but be careful, because those who don't want to learn or teach right, they're going to misuse. And then they're saying falsely things. And I says, allow them to speak of wild tongues. I don't care. If they don't, they can unsubscribe, don't have to watch me. But as me being respectful to try to teach and understand, then there will be goodness, because they can feel who I am and what I am about. But when you're going in with hatred in your mind and heavy ugliness in your heart, you're going to get charged, you're going to get bluffed, you're going to get grunts.
Guilty as charged.
You're going to have to really understand the hard way. And I'm talking, that's even with spirits, paranormal. I dealt with that too. It's the same thing.
Right. Don't show bad
I'd be
intentions.
careful.
Because if you have bad intentions, you're gonna get bad results. And that's why
I try to help many that do paranormal. Paranormal, you see a lot of light. Sometimes it's not a good one, and sometimes it is. But if you piss it off, believe me, you will see. It will mess with your mind, and you can get sick that way if you're not really protected.
Yeah.
Just as well going into Mother Earth with the forest, the mountain, the woods, even around your home, and you're playing with something that you don't really know, you better make sure you're protected. Because even
And as we're talking about protection, get one of Mama's medicine bags, because it will help you when you're in the woods. If we're going to throw the link down there, if you don't have one, you need to get one.
you gotta have. By the way, I think for Mama Bear Club,
You gotta have 5.
have them, gotta have them. That'll be the new one. Yeah, Ring that bell. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. So
I've tried
And
some.
let's just say this though. A lot of people ask this because I get, we get this told a lot of times. Does the medicine bag work for you? Does the medicine bag work for you?
It works for me. And Mama knows the last one I went out. I actually ended up having to deal with a nature spirit that was pretty grumpy, and I felt it getting grumpy. And so I gave it to my son and said, put it on. I'm like, at least you're my bloodline. Normally you wouldn't want to do that, but at least he's my bloodline. I'm like, it's going to help you at some point. And within 5 minutes, I actually got a stab in my forearm that felt like somebody put a nail through my forearm.
That was for you letting him wear your bag.
Yeah. Well, no, because it was mad. It was going to attack one of us. It couldn't get him, so it went after me, which I just had to deal with a little bit. But afterwards, my son was like, okay, what is that? Because I want one because I didn't get attacked. You did. And I was like, oh, this is how you get one. So he's saving up money to get one right now.
Yeah,
he's a believer.
But I don't let nobody touch my bag. That's disrespectful. And nobody is wearing my bag because that's disrespectful. I don't care if you're family, non-family, whatever. You're not touching my bag. And then my sister's kid went out with me, Keegan, the other day, who was like, why does Aunt Alicia and why do you have bags on? It says for protection. He's like, so where's my bag? I said, well, you got to get you a bag. Right now, you're just starting in the field, so you don't really know, but I'll protect you while you're here, but you got to get you a bag.
A human can only protect so much, but the protection bag helps completely with any spiritual or physical. So it's sacrifice what it is to protect you. So everything is very sacred. It's from Mother Earth and all the deep prayers that go into it, if that's to understand what I'm saying. Because many people don't. But as being a relative and an elder, you shall know. And it's been down to each family members to teach them and protect themselves and their family. Many try to say they don't understand, and I try to explain over and over. But if you can't understand what I'm saying, then I'm not saying any other way. In another, if you want me to say it in another language, I'll say it in another language. You're gonna either pay attention or you're gonna listen. So it's your mind telling you, oh no, I go out in the woods, I can protect myself. Okay, well go in the woods and protect yourself. But if you get
then
all
why do they wear
up,
a cross? If the same thing, like people say that is like, then why do you wear the cross? Why do you wear a medallion from a saint? Why do you do all these kind of things?
Yeah. This is the same thing.
One thing I've learned is that you have your medicine bag, but also grab that tree and meditate and talk to them. My ears were ringing. I felt it. My chest was like grabbing for my chest. I felt sick, and that's when I started meditating because you could hear the ring, and then I went to the other ear, and I'm like, oh no.
You were zapped, brother.
And Richie, I was being zapped because we had two. We had two of them because we were doing their language, ha, blah blah, and all of a sudden I felt it right, and then Richie goes, grab a tree, meditate, because I started grabbing it, and I was just talking to it, and then I just said, please, there's no harm. Everything's gonna be okay. Just give me a couple months and you understand. Boom, boom. I go, you gotta be kidding me. This is true stuff.
All entities in cryptids, when they see that you have a protection medicine bag, they know you're protected. Mm-hmm. And they'll try in every way. And yes, you still can get a little fuzzy, but when I feel it, I can tell you, take a bite of the bear root, not a big one, just a little one,
Yep.
and it will unzap
Exactly.
because they're trying to really get into your brain cells and do confusion for you, and it's very hard if you don't have one. It really takes a toll on you. You get sick. For example, paranormal, we're watching your guys live on the paranormal. Just because you're watching and listening, you think you weren't going to get, you did.
I know you're getting
That-
I mean,
at.
like watching other people.
So, did you watch that, Biggie?
Nah, but I know
Yeah.
about watching other people's channels and all that and stuff happening to me. And then I've been on live streams with mom or whatever. We're watching other people, or whatever, and they're out there. Oh, there's a Bigfoot over here and over there, and we're just laughing at each other back in the comments. Like, I don't feel nothing. You feel anything? It's just like no.
Yeah.
So I kind of like watch other channels, but when they start going on about there's a Bigfoot here or there's this or that, and I'm watching it and I'm not sensing nothing, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Why are you making all this stuff up? So
Many
I kinda
people
stay-
How often? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
How often, Sparky? This will be for you too. How often do we say Bigfoot on our show? During our live.
Probably once, maybe twice. Most time I hear something over there. What is that? This could be from what? Like you guys always say, it's not always Bigfoot.
True.
Is it true?
Ci'Tanya. I don't think that's a Ci'Tanya. But when you hear a big thump, then it's a Ci'Tanya.
But like the paranormal thing, when Richie and Wojo had, or Richie just did it because Wojo was at home or something. Anyways, he was watching it for the paranormal. They went to a castle online.
Right.
Well, Wojo got sick just watching
Yeah.
the video,
Because
which can happen in paranormal stuff.
But what did that spirit say though? The minute I got sick, I forgot because I got up and left.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
The spirit said something that it's like, one of years ago. I don't know. I forgot, but I just got nauseous and I had to get up, and that's because I'm a Christian, and whatever that energy was.
it was trying to connect, but it couldn't, because again, you're protected with the Creator plus the bag that's around you. The bag can be in your car or your home; it's still gonna have that same protection. But if you're out too far in the field and you don't have it, you're gonna get rough.
Oh,
But it would say, I can connect in some kind of way like that. When she said, can you have that one ball glow? And he says, I can. Then after that, that's when Wojo got sick, and I was like, oh. And I turned and I said, grab your bag. But you went to the restroom. So
That's the one thing I find, especially in paranormal. Like I'm really religious in my own way, in my own religion. Mom is too. I've noticed going out and talking with people, which they don't understand. People that are very devout Christians. I'm talking to people that read the Bible all the time, go to Bible study, go to church. It's their heart and soul and bread and butter. When they go out, they don't realize it's like, just like me and Mama, with our religion, we're open to what's around us. People that are devout in Christianity are the same way. And so a lot of times they get affected and they don't know how. And they're like, well, it's just because I'm a Christian. It's like, no, it's because you're open to spirituality. Like, you do it every day. You pray every day, which can affect you in the paranormal, which you always have to be aware of,
correct. That is right. Many times paranormal, it loves to attack if your heart is very pure. It also will like to confuse you. Yeah.
Yeah, Biggie, I got hit hard, and so I
Yeah,
came
you
back,
did.
and Richie goes, Mojo, do you want to say something? I'm like, and I'm just
No.
like, look, and then I had to jump up again. I go, nope. And then I had to get up.
Yeah,
And
you're still just trying to get it out. And sometimes, like when I do a cleansing on a human or the home and asking to come to me and it's very heavy, you don't want it in your home. You want to take it out, even if it means spitting out, puking, and then purify with some water. Because remember, water cleanse. It's the same
She's
thing.
ran a spirit out of my house.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like, when Richie and Wojo was doing that, I was basically on the live and I was taking EVPs off that live as it was going, which
I remember.
normally when I'm normally watching other people's videos and stuff, I'm pretty much, I kind of bury myself. I'm sure mom does the same thing. It's like, there's a reason why my bag is in front of my monitor, why I smudge and why I do certain things. But when I was doing the EVPs, I could feel, I was like, this is intense. I can feel the energy from over here just listening. Because once you record it, you have to listen to it like 2 or 3 times. Like, yep, that's it. And then I send it over to the messenger and they come back and I find the next EVP and I do it again. So it didn't surprise me. And I'm not sure if it was anything bad going after Wojo. I think it was something that was reaching out, going, somebody's right there and it's open and very spiritual. I'm going to see if I can talk to him. Kind of.
You got to
Or you just felt the
remember,
energy.
like, even like we're talking, the camera and the computer camera is a portal for any kind of spirits to
Like a
enter
mirror, yeah.
and come out.
Yeah.
It is a black mirror.
So-
You are correct.
Do you see portals around our area, or
You do
Really?
have two in your area, but you're not close to them. One's across the street.
Or the river.
Mm-hmm.
across the street? Yeah.
I have spirits at my hot spot too. Mama came out there. She was like, this spot here, this is where the spirits are. This spot here, this is where your little people are. This spot here. And I was like, what? And the sad part is, I never told her, like, I didn't tell her, hey, this is where I feel the spiritual stuff, When she's out at my spot and she walked through for the first time, she was like, yeah, this is where the spirits are. And I'm like, huh? And then she's like, this is where the little people are. This is where I see little people. And then we get a little farther and she's like, well, this is where your Ci'Tangas hang out, but there's another clan that hang out back here and another clan that hangs out over here and the dog hang out up here. Well, which is kind of funny is her going into my spot and telling me this. I already knew this because I've been doing a lot of research there, and I've already tracked them down to what area they're at and which one plays and what. But it was funny for her to just come into my spot and just tell me all this, without even technically really. I mean, she's been there spiritual, but she's not been there in the physical. And to come in there and just, it blew my mind. I was like, wow.
When we went there, before I entered, I did a prayer, and then I did my call. And when I did my call, and it's very loud, I can hear them all running up. And he was like, "Oh, they don't even do this for me." Mama, you hear them? They're coming for you. And they were. I can hear clap. I hear run. And then I hear ooh, ooh, ooh. Mm-hmm. So the young were calling for me because I go in with very strong, powerful energy. And I'm always representing them and protecting them, no matter what clan they are. Even if it's aggressive or not, I'm still gonna be there. This is how I was taught to learn to investigate, and you keep it in you. This is why I say I can't give every information, because I have done it for over 50 years and I've learned everything. And I shared some photos with certain people I thought I could trust until one broke it and put it online, and I was furious because I would never do that.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, you can never.
I know it wasn't you, but the respect that I give,
wasn't me.
I am always forward. I do not BS. I hate to be lied to. And people say, well, I'm not lying to you. And I'm not saying you're lying to me. So that's telling me you did something. And then, oh no, I go, don't make me, I don't want to read you. I don't want to do, but it comes to me just naturally. Even in the chat rooms, I can feel other people. I'm like, oh gosh, I think it's time to pray. Let me smudge you and pray. Sometimes
She's
I
right
can
on
pick
with
up.
that. She'll call me
I,
up, be like, "Son, what's going on?" And then I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then she's like, "Don't lie to me." She already knows, and then she'll just come out and say it because I'll beat around the bush because I don't really want to tell her. And then she's like, "This and this and this and this." I'm like, "Do you live at my house with me all the time?" She knows.
She's done the same to me. Same to me.
She knows what's going on. She can read people like a book. She can look at when she looks into your face and all that too, because she's more of, I want to see you like we are right here, face to face, see your face, and she wants to talk to you like that because she can read you like a book.
Mm-hmm.
She can tell when you're lying to her and all that.
So, Mama, since you've been in our woods, because I know you're always there, have you seen? I know my answer, but I want to hear from you. Have we been near where they actually live?
yes.
Yes.
I thought they'd be more further away from
They do travel. And if you look, okay,
To the right of the gifting.
if you look where you park your car, Rojo, you're going to see dog prints. Because he comes and lays and protect you in that. If you go to the far right of your house, you tell me if I'm wrong, if you can smell anything at times.
I can sense it. So
at my house.
Mm-hmm.
To the right of the house, like in the front of your house, look to the right.
You always can sense him there. And he's about 10 foot.
Well, I got plenty of treats, so I'm going to leave one out there for him.
When you guys go, he does linger there, but he is also known in the area. Just as well, it's a female that goes to Richie's house, and I've told him this. And that is the leader. I'm not going to say his name. I'll say the leader. Because he allows her to go. And that's what he's seen in his own yard. Mm-hmm. Yes, he does come there. And he does make new structures with them, his whole clan. But his main base is where you guys are. They go there and across. There is a clan of 10 there, but I will say you will be expecting about maybe 4 more. Yeah. From when I was there, that's what I picked up from the female. So,
you having babies.
Different structures. The reason why, because different structures that you guys saw today, that is one reason. And when you see the prints, you'll see a little print.
You saw a little print today.
I was gonna say I think that's when Mama was off for a while. Then when she came back is when you guys found the prints of the little guy.
I'm like,
did you tell her this before any of this? Before she knew all that? Did you say anything to her about finding the baby print today?
No, because Richie's on the phone, so I have no idea.
Ooh, she's powerful, man.
So Richie was like, he was like,
Richie didn't say anything about no baby print.
He mentioned about a print.
Yeah, that's
in play. And I was looking down, and I had our friend Chris. I go, that's a print. I'm looking. I was kind of like reaching, but I stopped for my measurement. I'm like looking. I'm like, man, that's a small print.
How big was it?
And when you took Chris Is that his name? Chris? You guys were up more by the Big X. And then 20 yards from there, because that's when I said in 20 yards there is a Ci'Tanya right there. And then more towards where he was the dog man.
This is
And
when
then it kept buffering and buffering and buffering and buffering.
That was after that, because you went quiet for a while, so I think you stepped away. And they walked up, and there was like a marsh area, and that's when they found the little tiny print. It was small.
outside, like we were going away from the university, heading towards the college, but just kind of like taking our time. But there was like letter X's and stuff like that. Yes, but there was like one print. I looked. I'm like, "Hey, Rich," I go, "There's a print right there." He goes, "Oh, by the clay." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, that's what I was telling you." I don't remember any of that, but I'm looking at the print, and it's like the size of like my hand. And I have big hands, but I was like, I don't remember like seeing that size. Like it's pretty small. I'm like, that ain't no juvenile. I'm like, is there a younger one? So that's kind of funny. You're talking about it. Biggie's like laughing. I'm going, dang. Hey, Don. Yeah, so it's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Elder Medicine Bear Claw. I am the first elder, and now there is a second male elder that we all award him to. So
8-inch baby print.
Many people call me Mama Bear Claw. Oh, he's showing his
It's an 8-inch baby print.
Nice. It's a baby, 8 inches. That's scary.
Yeah, that's why I was asking how big yours was, because from heel to toe, mine is about 8 inches, and then it's about 3 inches wide.
Yeah.
But mine's got 6 toes in it.
We have a cast. I gotta get a computer so that day I can always like try to send you pictures and show pictures. But we have 8 inches by 3 inches wide. And we found that in a marsh where it was slush. It rained, then snowed heavy, then it froze over. And when it froze over, we had tons of tracks. We had coyotes, we had deer tracks everywhere. But my friend Darren was with us. And he's like, hey, he goes, this looks like a set of tracks right here. And we looked, there was a clean track. So we poured the dental plaster on there, but it froze over because we started losing light, and so we didn't have time to take it out. But it froze over for 15 days. It was just solid ice. So I just grabbed a hand torch and went around an inch wider from the foot itself, and it came out beautiful. So you're telling me that an 8-inch foot is a baby?
Yeah, well, it's between like 6 and 8 inch. Yes.
Yeah, because this one looked a little smaller than 8 inches.
Well, I've seen them. I've seen them only like really small, like a baby foot. Like people, because I followed mom or whatever before, and I watched the baby come down off her mom and step in the mom print or whatever in the snow. And I have it on a live stream or whatever. I'm following the prints and it's snowing real heavy out, and you can see the baby walking in mom's print. Now I've also seen this too, where I've seen mom walking, and then I've seen the older one, the bigger one, about say mom's prints. Normally mom's prints are, I say about 13 to 15 inches, wide, because the 18 and 21s are usually like the big dudes. But I've seen the 13-inch print.
The males are from 16 to 28.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying, what I've been finding is about 18 to 21, but anyway, the 13-inch print I have here, or whatever, there was like about 8 or 9-inch print, and then it went smaller to the baby print, and then I've even seen the little baby prints. And I have a print here too that I casted when I was in PA or whatever. There was a dog that stopped in the dirt, and the baby got off the dog, and you can see the baby prints right next to the dog prints. Well, and then I think we're only like 3 inches wide. It looked like a little baby, like a human baby.
Well, I'll tell you, whatever that baby, like the depth, I was kind of stunned. I'm like, are you kidding me? That small little foot, put a little, you're talking about
my other cast. I'll show you.
Sparky, you saw that. I guess like Richie must have saw it and showed it to you guys, but we were like,
it's impressive.
I was kind of stunned because I was seeing other prints further ahead. There was a muddy area, and I'm seeing those same kind of like size of those prints going towards the collar, but on the other side because we did a loop around. And I go,
all right, here's one of my big prints right here, the 6-toe big print. Right here is the big print. There's a foot right here, a footprint that comes right here, and then there's a little baby print right here. So you got the baby to the medium size to the adult size, all in one print.
That's amazing.
So I have a print here that literally has the big person's print, has another print here, and then it has a baby print right here. So it has a little baby print to the medium print to the big print, all in the same cast.
Wow,
that's awesome. That's beautiful.
Well, that's why I said they walk in each other's prints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so
the mom will literally do the stride with the baby. It's like if you see a print, sometimes they're like, people say, oh, it's 6 foot to 8 foot. But the mom, when she walks, she'll make sure that all the kids can follow in her footprint. So that's how wide she does her stance when she walks, so the kids can follow in her print. Now, as the kid grows and gets bigger, the mom will make more of a stride step for the kid to be up on her. But they all travel in the same footprint. So if you're ever doing prints, look for the baby and the other one because they're always with mama and they're always following the mom or whatever. They're always in the print. Or if you find like a 21-inch print, I have another one of them in there. You can always find usually the female when she's following the male will be inside the male's print with the male's print. You'll have the male's print and then you'll have the female's print inside the male's print and then vice versa the kids.
Right.
So just remember when you're out casting and looking for prints, you might find a print, like a decent print, but just when you cast it, you don't really notice it, you know what I'm saying? And then when you bring it back and you're looking at it, you're like, wow, there's toes here, and then there's a whole print right here. And I'll take pictures of this and blow it up so you can all see it. I'll put it in my group or whatever so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But there's the whole print here. There's a print here. There's a print here. And then there's the baby print right here. So it's kind of amazing. You can see the toe structures in it. You can see the toe structures in this print here. Kind of amazing.
I'm going to have to take off. We've been on for like 2.5 hours. I got to get some stuff done.
I just see that.
I'll catch you guys later. Thank you, Baba, for having me on.
Thanks, Frank.
All right.
Thank you.
Give me a minute.
Well,
okay.
You can't leave yet, Sparky.
I can't leave yet. Oh, she says don't leave. I just can't.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's funny how when people talk to us and ask us, me and Richie, questions, and people think like ape or this and that. It's like, what goes on in these woods? You got to think human, because you have to think that a mom and a child, but the father will be nearby, and he's always on looking out, always on that. And we do have audio song, Biggies, that we have an audio where for the longest time, for an hour, you don't hear nothing. But then all of a sudden, and you hear deep breath. Yes.
Their
Yeah.
audio is nuts. Like it's over the top nuts.
What I like to do whatever with audio too is just remember when you're out doing your stuff, ask them or whatever, say, hey, I got this audio, it won't hurt you. Come up here and like we're talking here, like I'm talking to this. And then you'll be amazed at how much response you actually really get. Because when you give them permission to mess with your stuff and actually come up to it, they'll come up and they'll actually do it more versus just setting it there and not saying nothing. And they're just like, okay, then they don't mess with it. They stay away from it because they don't know what it is. It scares them,
Yeah, because we have 3 of them talking. And there's like a disagreement between the juvenile and the mama. And you can hear them all that. And then you can hear the big one going, oh, like that. Like, hey, keep it down, Stop arguing. But yeah, juvenile.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna smudge you guys because I feel that something needs to be smudged. So
Yeah, I know what you're feeling.
you can give me permission to mention your name and pray. This is always a tradition of a native is to ask permission. If you don't get asked, then they're doing wrong. They're not doing what is our culture does. So
I'll take prayer too. So
I love prayer. Thank you. Sounds safe.
you can pray for
anyone
me.
that needs, does anyone need any prayers in the chat before we close out? So please put a heart or any kind of emoji, long as it's positive emoji. Okay. On the kaya is the no kutua. Kani and stua. Manis kutua. Keukola ne kai na kundo ko ay question me te kera kina. Son skata ne kaya kata. Ni ko te kiste. Hai kini ay wana hai ni ko ni. Skata kai mu ba. Ai kinte eukuna iski. Conchete Inesa Kana Monista Behesh Kokana after Nimi Kwa Kwan Kushkai Kushta Kamina Time. Amen.
Amen.
Man.
Okay. If you can, I don't know, you can see, but it's gray. Negativity trying to, So I asked the Creator, Mother Earth, to walk us with the journey that we belong to and to heal those that are in pain and to continue giving us the eyes to see what is very promising and to clear negativity and bad energy around us, even those in the chat room I am praying for. And have peace. And please don't think of hardship. Because somebody is really thinking of, I don't want to say who or what, but it's try to be positive and not so negative at this point. That's what I want to say. And I pray that everyone is protected. So you all, okay? Many blessings to you guys. And enjoy what we have in front of us now. Don't push anything out. If you need to face something, ask for forgiveness and tell them you are not allowed. You cannot attach to me or my equipment. Okay? Thank you. Hi for all. So now I need to open up the back door. All right, everyone. Sparky, I do understand you have to leave. So I do appreciate you being on here. Thank you very much.
Love and smoke.
Love and peace and smoke. So, all right. That was a good prayer. And I will give my blessings to all. And thank you for being here and joining me. I didn't think I'd be 2 hours and a half. But I will still be there.
That's what happens when I go out. I'm like, man, I've been out here 2 hours.
You know what? We think we rely on time, but what the Ci'Tangas, they don't rely on time. But we're
correct.
This is why this is so beautiful. I'm very thankful for you both. Thanks, Rocky.
Thank you. Yes, we when I do speak to the spirits or Ci'Tangas, I always want to ask them to bring good energy. Help everyone understand that we're entering their home. They're just protecting. But when people say they're hunt, they understand English. They understand whatever language you speak. Mm-hmm. They also will always watch you come in and follow you out. If you're been with your clan, they will help you walk out when you have no lights. As you notice above me how they was like bring it up, it's not no more. That's because she was behind me. So my clan, when they do come in, they love it when I smudge because it means peace. More of an offering for them to be welcome. And that's what I usually do when they're here. I will say this. When we're in a circle, and this is how I feel when I'm online, this is the circle. And we do the ceremony of praying and answering questions and moving things now. It's important to share understanding and knowledge to others, because if you're learning how to investigate an area, number one rule, open mind and calm heart. Because if your heart is beating fast, they're going to feel that you are either nervous, scared, and you're doing something that you don't want to do. Again, when you go in like giggling, high spirit, they pick that up, they love it, then they show themselves to allow you to see the prints. But again, it takes patience and trust. And when they see you put down tobacco, I am grateful to be here. I thank you. I honor you. Please protect me. And I am here for no harm. I've heard different ways of praying that they do that. As long as you put down tobacco, they respect that. And I know some groups that don't. And I have shared tobacco. That's okay. If you don't, then you smoke it or whatever. But it's fresh tobacco. I get it from 2 different places, back home or in Canada. But again,
well, if it was the other kind of tobacco, it'd probably be pretty good too.
No, I don't do that.
That's too much smoke. And that's why when we do our investigations, whoever is with us is that they understand, but they also have to be part of our
this thing over here just jumped out of the thing.
What's that?
She just sat there and said that they're moving stuff at her house. I have this thing sitting here.
Yeah.
Let me pick it up. I got this little cast iron stove or whatever. This thing sets in the top of it, so it's like it's got to lock in. See, it's locked. Like I can hold it. It's locked. They literally had to churn it and then make it fall out onto this.
Oh wow.
My Orba is over with him. I only saw her on Saturday, and
I've seen her before.
She's expecting.
Okay,
So,
I got a white one hanging out here. So what's up with that? Like I've been seeing a white one around my house a lot.
That's the other daughter.
Of her?
Mm-hmm. From her.
She's chubby?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering why I keep seeing this white one all over. And it's I want to say it's probably like 8 foot. Something like that.
She's about 7, and she's a little thick.
Because she like comes up to the bottom of the window or whatever, and I always catch her. And then I've been seeing her around the house or whatever, moving around the house, like around the windows. And
that's Mama Rainfeather's one too. So,
the white one? Ooh. Being spied on.
Yeah, you probably are. She's probably checking on Mama Rainfeather and you. Because I know that for a while she was traveling to PA, but then it stopped. So.
Yeah, I agree, Bonnie. I've never seen anybody with that's like the smallest cast iron stove I've ever seen. And we had one growing up, and the cast irons are beautiful, the stoves.
Yeah. My Fort Clan, the only one that only has a family of 8. And that is here in Sonora. And they come, either the female comes with 2 juveniles or the male come with 1 juvenile. And it's telling me either, am I okay? Because he's the medicine woman there. Now,
Like
Orba is the medicine woman from back home. Yeah, I have.
He's got the big one.
No,
I have one, and they play with it, but they moved it.
Mama had me pick her up one here or whatever and mail it to her, and I did. Or no, she picked it up when she came here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The thing's a while too. I thought about taking it out there when I gift a gifting tree or whatever and just shake it. Have you ever tried that with bells or whatever? Like ring a bell and then leave it or whatever for them?
I do have like these little jingle bells, like little balls, and
okay.
Yeah, I have left that for them. I think
I never thought about doing the jingle bells.
Box
them right here.
Yeah, but my thing, I was thinking like wind chimes, something like with beautiful sound. But my only problem is I don't want to alert the.
Well, do this with wind chimes. I thought about that too. Go out and get different size sticks or whatever, whether you shave them or you don't, whatever, and just drill holes in them, whatever, tie a string and put it on like another stick that's coming across and just drill holes down through it. Or you can tie it to the stick and make your own. Yeah, make your own. So it's got like different, lengths of
yeah.
Hang it out there for them, because when you make
I guarantee
it's better for you to connect with them, and versus buying, because they don't really like material stuff that we make or whatever, like humans make. They like it more if you make it from the woods and from buying different things.
Yes. Well, I thank you all for your hospitality and your knowledge, and
well, thank you for joining me.
And thank you for Bounty Hunting Bear and Tracy Dover and the rest of the chat room. Just to have you folks know that we have a podcast called Banter with Richie B. We are on YouTube. We are on a bunch of other platforms. But this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our very own Mama Bear Claw and other elders as we celebrate the Indigenous Native Heritage Month. So that there, we will talk about.
Why do I keep hearing a bell jingle?
I think that's my head. Ding. No,
I keep hearing like a bell.
learn about your culture, learn about your cultures, and about you know, the Bigfoots and everything, and it's a truly honor from like me and Richie to share this. It's very
I'm
special.
very honored.
So
I spoke with the council, and they're saying they will watch, and will text me if people need to ask questions, how I can go about it, or if they'll tell me yes or no, or explain this way, because again, I have to obey the native laws.
yeah, absolutely, and that's and that there people understand that the passion and the knowledge that you share, but there's only certain limits, and that people would,
Yes,
you
and
know,
this is what I fought for.
they are
So
the
help others out.
yes.
So,
And
well, thank you very much,
I
everybody.
hope you show up too. So it'd be great to see you in there. Maybe, you know, maybe me and Richie will reach out to you and have you on sometime and have your own show and have our discussions with you and of your clan and have some fun.
Remember, everybody, like, subscribe, hit the notification. It's free. You're all welcome. Oh, look it. Oh, Mr. Richie can just put a hand up.
Richie did. Oh, there it
Do you
is.
want to come on? We can stay on for 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Or do you want to just hear us say goodbye?
I'm drunk.
Go to bed, you're drunk.
Well, you'll go to bed.
Go to bed. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Now Richie's got a big softball game. He's going for the
I'm
championship.
already done cooking dinner. Oh, that's right. Thanks and good night. Well, thank you to Auntie, and I sent that 20. She says send it, so I did, and she says she'll send me the Canadian. It's okay. I only do it for her and a few elders. So, getting ready for my championship. Do this, Richie. When you get out of the car, you say, "I got this. We're gonna win, and don't let me fall."
I heard that in the woods.
He does that all the time. They laugh.
He's pumped. He's
They
pumped.
laugh.
He's very competitive. So, you know, I believe him. And I think they're going to pull it out.
I know he is.
But thank you
All
all.
right, let me say goodbye to you. Yes. It's a
Many
blessing to have you all on here.
Yes, I really
Many
appreciate that.
blessings.
So many blessings, everybody. Take care.
Let me end this. Let me say hi. Thank you, everyone. I truly, truly appreciate those who hung out, for joining. Oops. Me and the guests. Okay. Bye-bye.